7, 8. Pop the left heel, stretch, right heel, stretch. Down, 6, up, 7, 8. Vertebra forward, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, tendu to 7. Pop the left heel, stretch, right heel, stretch. Down, 6, up, 7, 8. Vertebra into the bar, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, tendu, bring it forth. Tendu, forward, and back. Forth, plie, run. Open back leg, floater forth, reverse, tendu to 5th, demi, stretch, demi, stretch. Down, 6, up, 7, 8. Work well back, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, plie, sous-sus. Move the arms when you're comfortable. Open the arms and finish. All right. How do we do for that side? Good. So for the video, it only got the left side of pliés, so just keep that in mind. I'll put that. I'll make sure to put it in the description for the YouTube video. It's like video starts, left side of the pliés. All right. So 4 tendus. I think we're gonna start in first. Okay, so starting in first. 5, 6, 7, 8. Tendu forward, cross over, cross back, close first. Tendu forward, cross over, close to plie, open back to 5th as you stretch. First as you stretch. Tendu side, full press, point, and close. Tendu, quick up, and close first. Same to the back. Tendu back, cross over, and back, close first, back, cross, close in 5th, and stretch. Side, full press, point, first, side, and up, close first, releve. Once we get to our releve, I think that I'm gonna have you guys, well, follow me and I'll show you guys what we're doing with our arms. It's gonna be fun. Okay. Questions before we start? Okay. So remember with those quick presses, you're not moving your full weight, but you're not bringing the foot in. You're leaving your toe where it is. Your hip is what's moving. So it's kind of this awkward, you're sticking your hip out and then pressing it back in.
Are you moving your leg on this side tundies?
Mm-hmm.
Are you moving directly out from your side, or are you coming maybe 10 degrees forward? Like I feel when I go straight out to my side, I sickle my foot backwards. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I'm trying to move my hip.
Okay.
Is that just better if my turnout not being there yet?
A little bit. So what you want to think about when you're doing your tendus to the side is that you want the tendu to go out in the direction that your toe is pointing. So if I'm directly side, I'm not going to send my leg back here because my turnout isn't enough for it to naturally be there, my hips open a little more. So you're going to send your legs where your toe is pointed, which means it's not.
Okay, so whatever the angle of my first position is, I just stay on that angle.
Yeah.
Great.
And you'll do that for front fifth and back fifth. Okay. All right. Right side. 4 count intro. 6, 7, 8. Tendu front, cross, uncross, close first. Tendu, cross, close in fifth, open back to first. Tendu side, full press, point, close first. Tendu, quick up, close first. Tendu back, cross, front, close first. Tendu, cross, close in fifth, stretch to first. Tendu side, full press, point, close first. Tendu, press up, close first, plie, releve. So you're going to take your right arm up to third, left arm up to third. Right arm to second, left arm to second. Right arm first, left arm up, right arm side, and switch, and open and finish. All right, how'd that one feel?
That's pretty good.
Good. Okay, questions before we do the other side? All right, 4 count intro. 6, 7, 8. Tendu front, cross, open, close first. Tendu front, cross, close to fifth, stretch first. Tendu side, full press, point, close first. Tendu, down, up, close first. Tendu back, cross, open, close first. Tendu back, cross, close to fifth, stretch. Tendu side, full press, point, close first. Tendu side, and up, close to first, releve. So left arm up, right arm up. Left arm second, right arm second. Left arm close, right arm close. Right arm up, left arm up. And switch, open, finish, and stretch. All right. So I think what we're going to do next will be facing the bar. So, face the bar. I think we're gonna do 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So 8 to the right, 8 to the left, 4 to the right, 4 to the left, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, 1, switch, 3, 4. So the first time we're gonna do it, it's gonna be nice and slow both times we do it. First time we're gonna do it, we're only going to use our legs. The second time we're gonna try to add arms and a head. We'll see what happens because it has been a really long time since we did these. But I've gotten you guys more used to the idea of going back and forth between your legs. So the act of remembering like how to shift should be somewhat easier, so you shouldn't have to remember your legs as much.
Okay, so it's opposite arm up as the leg that's going out. Is that true?
We're gonna pause after we do it the first time and we're gonna go over it.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. 4 count intro. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left foot. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right foot. 1, 2. Left foot. 1, 2. Right, left, right, left, and finish. Okay, now with arms. So, the way that we're gonna do it for this one, you're gonna start same arm as leg. So you're gonna start with your right arm up. If you start with your right leg. 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your head is going to be looking up into your elbow, into your hand. And then for the second 4, you're gonna switch. Your head's going to be looking down. I'm actually gonna shift this so that you can see my head as opposed to my feet because you have the feet. So up, 2, 3, 4, switch, 2, 3, 4. Left, 2, 3, 4, switch arms, 2, 3, 4. Look up, 1, 2, switch, 3, 4, switch, up, 2, and 3, 4, up, switch arms, down, switch arms, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so on the singles, we're just doing that nice, oh, aren't I pretty? Both arms go to third and come out. I like everything about that. Okay, so on any single side of your leg, your head's actually facing the same way the whole time. Okay.
Yes.
We'll see.
And you're always going to start a sequence. So like if you start your right leg with your 8 or your left leg with your 8, the same arm as the leg is going to be the one that's up in the air.
Right. True. Sorry. Correct.
If all that happens with your head right now is that it's facing the right direction, that's cool. We work up to these things. Honestly, it's been so long, and it's such a weird sequence that we're doing good, guys.
It's a challenge. We like challenges, don't we, Mary? Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, starting with the right foot in first position. 5, 6, 7, right arm up. 1, 2, 3, 4, arms 5, 6, 7, 8. Left leg up. 2, 3, 4, arms 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. 1, 2, arms 3, 4, left. 1, 2, arms 3, 4, right. 1, arms 2, left arm, arms 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
My arms and head were actually doing the correct thing, but I was switching feet when I wasn't supposed to.
That's okay.
Well, my arms just went.
First time, look at it. You know
Yeah.
you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll add this into one of our normal, like every other class we'll do this.
Yes. Practice is learning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So next, let's do a rond de jambe. Okay, no on layers today. You say that. Instead, we are going to do those. So they're the things where you start. Oh, I have this down now. I have to readjust. There. Oh, that's too much, but it's okay. So you start in a 45-degree attitude, and you're going to initiating a movement with your foot. You're going to stretch, bring it up to side, and down. So this is a rond something or other. I don't exactly remember what it's supposed to be called, but you know.
Okay, how many of these suckers are we doing? Like, what's the actual combination?
Let's see. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow. 2, 3, quick. 2, 3. Open to this position. 1, 2, 3. Close, 5th back. Do the same in reverse. 2 slow. 2, 3 quick. 5, 6, 7. Open to attitude back. 8. Again, this is only at 45 degrees. 1, 2, 3. Tally-ish. So because of, I don't know how long bars are, so we're going to turn into the bar a little bit. We're going to do a tiny tally 2. I don't remember what it was for. Lunge. Quarter rock back. Come back here. Okay. We're not turning. I'm just trying to figure out how you are supposed to get into that turn. So you're here. You're going to come to an attitude front. So you're going to do like a quarter turn to go back to facing the front, but you're bringing this leg through first up to attitude. So, and up. And your technique, we're gonna try to balance for a few seconds. There.
Okay, but so when that doesn't happen, how do you feel about landing in a nice open forest?
Theoretically, we're going to try to finish.
Balance there on releve?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're only gonna stay there for a couple counts. And then I really want to try the allongé finish that we practiced on Saturday. So we're here in attitude front. We're going to plie and stretch. You're gonna lean your upper body back a little bit and you're gonna stretch this top arm.
We'll try it.
Yeah, okay, so always remember, while yes, a majority of your plie does come from your knees, there is also like at least 50% that comes from your hip. So when you're starting this plie, don't leave your hip here and try to bend, because then you're just gonna fall. So bend with the hips as well. That's honestly where most people, technically speaking, you plie in 3 positions: your hip, your knees, and your ankles. Ankles most people have, knees most people have, it's the hips that most people forget, and therefore that's what generally leads them to fall over when they're finishing something. So don't forget your hip, and it will most likely end up well. The other half of it is just pure luck. As with like a majority of ballet, like 80% of it is like actual talent, and then the other 20% is just sheer luck.
Mine's 80% luck.
All right, round de jambes, 4-count intro. 6, 7, 8. Slow, around, 2, around, 3 quick. 1, 2, 3, go up into attitude. 1, attitude, 2, attitude, 3, close back, restart the arms. Reverse. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 3 quick. 5, 6, 7, attitude back. 1, and around. 2, around. 3, Tangli A. The lunge, quarter roll back. 6, 7, 8, and releve to attitude. 3, 4, hold, and plie, and finish.
I just scared the cat.
Oof. All right, how'd we do?
What's in his pants?
Good. Questions before we do the other side? So, And this last move is, or that switch thing is easier coming from, in my opinion at least, is easier coming from the back. But remember to straighten the knee before the rest of the motion. Like you don't want to initiate the movement with your knee, because then it just creates a more broken line. And keep the hip tucked.
So, I'm just going to try to reword what you just said to make sort of embodied sense for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in attitude in either direction. What you're saying is straighten my leg out before I lift it, so that I'm pulling my toe out before I lift from the hip.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll see how that goes.
It is an awkward feeling, if only because the muscles that you're used to using to initiate a big swing of your leg aren't quite the ones that you're going to use for this. I mean, you're using some of them, but you're using them in a different way. And it's really just doing it enough times that it starts to feel natural, which hopefully we'll get to. All right. 4 count intro. 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow and around. 3, 4. 3 quick. 5, 6, 7. Attitude front. Up, around, up, and through. Last one. Close in 5th. Open the arms. Slow, around. 3, 4. 3 quick. 5, 6, 7. Attitude back. 1, and around. 2, 3. Tonley 8. Lunge. Forward row back. 5, 6, up. Attitude front. 2, 3, 4. Hold 2. More counts. And plie to close. Okay. How do we feel doing that side?
The pressure better. I'm not sure the rest of it did, but.
Okay. Okay. So, frappes. 5, 6, 7, start flat. 2 to the front on flat. 1, 2, 2 on releve, 2. Flat, 2, releve, 2. Flat, 2, releve, 2. Flat, 2, releve, 2. Petit battement. And that's it. Just gonna keep petit battement until the end of the music.
Are the petit battement all at the ankle, or are we doing the work all at the ankle? Okay.
All at the ankle. I want it to be as, well, kind, I guess. Kind is. All right. 4 count intro. 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, 2, releve, 2. Side, 2, releve, 2. Back, 2, releve, 2. Side, 2, releve, 2. Petit pas ma. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Susu to finish. Good or not? Okay. Questions before the other side?
Well, does your toe hit any part of your leg, your ankle, when you're going back and forth like that? Or is it out far enough that it doesn't hit anything?
Theoretically, it's not supposed to hit anything. But there's small.
Yeah, me too.
There's small enough that you should just barely be skirting from around your ankle. So the possibility of hitting your ankle at first is definitely there.
So what I'm doing is I get my foot around and then I sort of, like my toe ends up resting, right? So when I take it back, I end up pulling my toe across my ankle then. Am I supposed to never get my foot back that close? Does that make sense?
I mean,
You're a little more forward and backward than I am. That's what it is.
yeah. The thing that my leg does, I mean, my pinky toe will hit, especially the front of my leg. I'll like brush back and forth sometimes, but theoretically, you're going just far enough behind and just far enough in front that you're not really touching.
Okay.
Should probably.
Well, that makes sense. Your pinky toe. That did.
Okay. 4 count intro. 5, 6, 7, 8. Front, 2, releve, up. 2. Side, 2, releve, side, 2. Back, 2, releve, 2. Side, 2, releve, 2. Petit pas ma. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and finish. Yeah, depending on which of your sides is the better side for your petit battement. Like on my left side, I tend to like beam the back of my right ankle with my left big toe, like a lot. But not with my pinky toes, as opposed to the other side where I like scrape across the top of my foot with my pinky toe, but I never hit the back of my ankle with my big toe. It just depends. And it depends on whether or not you're having a good day. Like I just lost my balance like 8 times over here. Let's see. Let's do a fondue. Okay. This fondue. No, I'm going to sit inside. You're going to fondue forward. You're going to plie with your bottom leg. You're going to keep this front leg straight. And as you plie, you're going to bring your leg to where it will go, and then back to front. Or back to where it was. So, fondue forward, plie, bring leg side, and back front as you stretch. Fondue side, plie, back, stretch. Fondue back, plie, side, stretch. Fondue side, plie, bring it front, stretch, and finish. Questions? Okay. Things to think about for this one is when you're going from when you're bringing your leg from back to front, whether it be from side to front or from back to side, you're going to need to pay much more attention to how turned out this leg is, because it's going to want to stay in this position, which is going to pop this hip up and make it much more difficult to balance or be comfortable in the position. So if you need to, plie, grab and pull, or forward, pull, back, close, side, pull, side, close. So again, utilize your hands where it's needed. And then, because hopefully, the idea of using your hands is to get your legs used to where they're supposed to be and hopefully strengthen the muscles there so that you no longer have to use your hands eventually. Okay. Questions before we go? All right. 4-count intro. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fondue, front, plie, side, front, fondue, side, plie, back, and back, side, fondue, back, side, back, fondue, side, front, side, close, and finish. How did we do?
Not bad.
Yeah, I got really busy thinking about my turnout and sort of stopped doing the combination the way it was supposed to be, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems a lot easier to make that move if you've got your leg turned out.
Yeah, it does.
So that really made my hips sore. Do it the other way.
Yeah. See, when I do it the other way, I tend to give myself cramps in my hips,
Yeah.
which can end up making you sore or, just crotchety. I get crotchety. Questions before the other side? All right. Left side 4-count intro. 6, 7, 8. Fondue, front, bring it side, front. Fondue, side, plie, bring it side. Fondue, back, plie, bring it back, fondue, side, bring it front, and side, and finish. Good. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do here at bar is our grand pas mas. Nice and standard. Nothing new. Like all of the things that I normally make you guys do in the middle of this, you need a fairly sturdy bar that's at like a good level that moves and is longer than, you know, this long. So for now, focus on really, so when you're doing your leg swings front, really focus on getting the knee down and your heel up, and the back, your heel down and your knee up. And when you're going from side to side, especially the side out here, again, have those hips nice and square. You don't want to be keep your leg turned out so that your hips can stay square. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. 4 count intro. 5, 6, 7, 8. Front, back, front, back. 5, 6, 7, 8. Side, across, side, across. 5, 6, 7, 8. Left foot front, back, front, back. 5, 6, 7, 8. Side, across, side, across. 5, 6, 7, 8, and finish. Okay. Grab a break. Get some water. Refill your water, what we're gonna do. Okay.
Well, I mean, I've got a few more minutes. I just didn't want to interrupt us in the middle of something when it was time for me to leave.
Hopefully by the time we get to 2:30, we should be stretching at that point, so.
Yeah.
Also, so fun fact, if right now you go to Wendy's and if they ask you to donate $1 to child's cancer, say yes, donate the $1, because for the next year, or at least until Christmas, they give you a little card that says that every time you go through the, every time you make a purchase, you can get a free mini milkshake.
Oh, neat.
I didn't have any people giving me free sugar.
I know, right? Like, I don't need it, but like,
But I want it.
yeah. I mean, it's like the smallest size too. Like it felt small,
It's like a,
but it's like it's the perfect little cheat amount.
Oh, okay. What do you eat when you go there?
The number one,
So it's a hamburger.
yeah,
it's a cheeseburger. The cheese is very important.
yes it is.
But also,
hadn't gone to Wendy's since I was like 6 or 7, because for whatever reason when I was a child I decided that I hated Wendy's. Like, I don't know why. But
Rediscovered the Frosties.
yeah. And then I think it was a performance week and Becca was driving and she's like, I want a burger, but I don't want the burgers that we normally get, so we're going through Wendy's. And I said, okay, I don't know what to get. And she says, it's fine, I'll just order for you. And it's just so good. Anyway. Okay. Okay. So we are going to have fun in a couple preparations to turn. We're not actually turning yet because we don't have the right floors, and I don't know about you, but the people at the apartment complex in in making ready for move out date, they were pressure washing, and some of the pressure washing liquid got into the house. And like, I still haven't quite managed to get all of the sticky grossness up. So like,
You're not turning real well, is what you're saying.
pretty much. Like, the amount of turn that I've got without like ripping off calluses is that. That's it. That's all I got here. Exactly. So, you start with your right foot in front in 5th position, facing your left corner. 5.
Sorry, which corner?
Left corner. So 5, 6, 7, low arms. Tendu front, 4th, tendu, 4th, tendu, 4th. So we're not technically going to turn the correct direction for what this turn is, but we're just going to ignore that fact for right now. You're going to turn a corner turn to turn over to the right corner. So plie, pick up this back foot to passe, close your left foot in front. Do the same thing to the left. Tendu, point, or plie. Tendu, plie. Tendu, plie, pick up the back foot, close. Same thing to the side. Tendu, plie. Tendu, plie. Tendu, plie. Passe down. Other side. Plie, tendu, plie. Tendu, plie. Passe down. That's okay. So for the first two, you're tenduing, so right leg in front, 5th position, tendu forward to lower to a demi-plie 4th position. And then you're going to stretch both legs so that you are back on your left leg as a supportive and your right leg is back to tendu forward. You're going to do that 3 times, and on the 4th one, you're going to take your left leg, passe, and then close it in front, 5th position. Do the same thing to the left. Now after you finish that, you're going to do the same sequence, but from side to side. And instead of 4th position, you're going to go into 2nd position. Demi-plie, not grand, that hurts. I mean, that hurts to think about. I'm testing music. Taco Bell Lexus today.
And I like it.
Good. Okay. So 2 count intro. You're going to end up moving forward a lot for the first half and then side to side for the second half. So go ahead and start a little further back in your space. It'll make it easier in the long run. 2 count intro. 7, 8. Tendu forward. Plie, point, plie, point, plie, passe, lower. Tendu, plie, tendu, plie, tendu, plie, passe, lower. Tendu, side. Plie, tendu, plie, tendu, plie, passe, lower. Tendu, plie, tendu, plie, tendu, plie, passe, and finish. How'd we do?
I got the right moves, but I think I ended up on with my left foot forward, and I think that was supposed to be the right foot forward.
It's
Not
okay.
what I did.
That's okay. That just means that at some point, probably that last bit, you closed with the wrong leg in front, but that's okay.
All right.
Don't forget to breathe while we're doing all of this. Like, supposedly that should be one of the easiest things to do, but I just found myself like super out of breath because I was taking the shortest breaths I possibly could. And I'm like, huh, I wonder why I'm out of breath. Ew.
I have to remind myself not to set my jaw. When I put all the tension of my thought into my jaw on combinations I'm having a hard time with.
I mean, that's a better habit. I have to, like, with the younger girls that are just starting to get tics, like thinking tics, and thinking tics when you're able to use the rest of the body are really easy because it's just like, oh, I'm twiddling my fingers or I'm like shaking my leg or something. But when you're dancing and the only thing that you can use to fiddle with is your face, you end up like biting your tongue or your lips
Oh yeah.
and convincing children that they really shouldn't do that because you one
Have it to break later when you're being told you have to smile through the performance.
yeah, it's a much easier habit to get into to just like grimace smile. Just like, oh, I'm thinking, as opposed to, here, let me bite my tongue off eventually,
Or crack my jaw.
yeah,
I have it so tight.
yeah. Okay, next thing. We're gonna try for a waltz. Okay. So we're gonna try. So to start off our combination, we're going to do a teensy tiny towards a day. Like teensy tiny. Like your legs barely get over 25 degrees, teensy tiny. So you're gonna start in your corner. 5, 6, 7, tiny step, dorjete, step, step, waltz and a waltz, and a kike, step, step. So, remember those little jump things that we did where you step onto one leg, brush the other one forward, and you're going to do a small, like, technically a whole turn, quarter turn, half turn, you know, jumping onto this. So 1, 2.
Let's back up to the very beginning.
Yes.
I have to do the torsion attack.
Yes.
Am I opening my body upstage or downstage? Right, that first step sort of takes you to the side, so it opens your body one way or the other.
Yes. So I don't remember. Downstage is towards the audience, right?
That's true.
Yeah, you're opening downstage.
Okay, so for this side, I have my right leg back to begin, and I'm
Yes.
doing that.
Yes.
Okay. Next, step, PK.
Step, step, waltz, waltz, PK.
Okay, thank you.
And then going back into your original, back towards the corner that you started in, you're going to do PK, step, step, half turn to face front.
Okay.
Yes.
Theoretically, sure.
Here's one of the more important spots to remember to plie with your hip as well. That last turn jump thing, because that one in particular, you're so focused on the rest of your body that trying to plie with your hip kind of ends up being one of the last things that gets thought about. And I mean, that I think about, whenever I say like a generalized you, I generally mean me. So make sure to plie with the hip. It will create a more sturdy landing for you. Questions before we go? All right. 4 count intro. Nope, too far. Aha. 7, 8. And torsion today. Step, step, waltz, waltz. Keep it. Step, step, jump, plie. Finish.
Well,
That was all the correct steps with 0 brace or artistry.
I got some of the steps, but not all of them.
That's okay. That's okay. Whenever we start with some like a new sequence or a new like we add something new to something that we've been doing before, there's always like a little reset in your brain, and you go from something that's actually been going pretty well, like a nice solid waltz that looks pretty and is connected, becomes something that's 8 completely different moves, and there's completely disjointed. That's okay. We add something new, and then we work back to the original spot where we can say, oh yes, it's nice and pretty in one fluid movement, not moment.
So are we gonna get crazy and do this on the other side?
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Okay. Left side. 4 count intro. 6, 7, 8. And torsion 2. Step, step, waltz, waltz. Keep it. Step, step, turn, and finish.
There, that time.
Good.
The steps didn't go together all, but I got more of them.
Good, good.
I can do the seabird.
I'll take that. I could do that while I was turning.
All right, so the last thing we're gonna do here in the center seesaws. So the first ones you're gonna do, you're going to take 2 counts to do them. So forward, stretch, plie. Back, stretch, plie. The ones that you're gonna do the side to side, so you're gonna do 3 side to side, and they're going to be in rapid succession. So 1, 2, 3. So the whole thing. Front, stretch, close. Back, stretch, close. Going to the side towards your front leg. Side, 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 stretch, plie. To get ready for the last side. So we're going to try to do it right and then left together, transitioning from right to left without stopping. All right. Testing this music. Okay, so for the side-to-side ones, really focus on jumping to the side. So you're actually going like a couple inches in the direction that you're jumping towards. So 1, 2, 3. It'll make getting your leg where it needs to be and then bringing it back in, it'll make that easier. All right, 4 count intro, right foot front, facing the left corner. No. Yeah, facing the left corner, you're gonna shift to then face the right corner. So your first jump, you're gonna go from facing your left corner to jump towards your right corner. Kinda? All right. 4 count intro. 6, 7, 8. Front, stretch, back, quick, 2, 3, and flip. Front, back, side, 2, 3, and finish. How'd we do? Yeah, that's okay. Everyone's got that stuff that it's just like, oh yes, I can do this outside of context. It's like those moments where, oh yes, let me do like a quadruple turn when outside of the combination when no one's looking, and yet when I get into the turn here, let me do a half turn and then fall. It's basically that. Why don't we call that and just be done? And we'll do a quick cool down and be done. I'm gonna